Hello, everybody. It's Wednesday, and yes, we are so looking forward to Sunday Series 1 at Royal East. What I can tell you is that I have been there this week, not to play, but to have a look. We were out and about with Donnie and Byron to myself, shooting some extra inserts because it's the only event that we can preview. So we've gone all out for you, and it looks magnificent. They just had club champs, so you can only imagine the greens are perfect. Everything, there's not a blade of grass out of place. So yes, that is pretty much the main subject of conversation today is Royal East. We're really, really looking forward to it. I've been watching the chat line as we came in and the logos were going and the guys are having a nice chat already. But who they're going to chat with, I can tell you that we have two people on with us today. We've got Donnie. Hello, Donnie's back. And we've got Stephen Saunders. Stephen, welcome. I've been trying to get you on for a couple of weeks now, but you're never available. The first time I tried to get you on was after your victory at Services, if people still remember. But finally, we get you on. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me. It's been a while. Yeah.
We're going to look at a bit of your season up to now. But as I mentioned, a lot to look forward to, Donnie. What did you think of Royal when we were down there?
Yeah, man. So, Royal's always in a very good condition. It's definitely one of the top courses in Johannesburg. Like you said, it's never a blade wrong in that place. So just walking on the putting green and the first and 10th tee box, of course, it really looked magnificent. The guys are just cutting down the rough a little bit. I don't think it's going to be as brutal as when they had club champs, but I still think it's going to be a very good challenge.
Give us some insight, because there's a lot of ducks that might not know this. But, Donnie, you worked there for 5 years. What did you do? Were you cutting the grass?
No. It was like cutting my own lawn in my house is a mission. No, it's like I actually did my PGA apprenticeship there. For 4 years, I worked actually under Alan Henning, one of the greats in the golfing history in South Africa. And then obviously it's like I left for a year, and then I went back for a year, worked in the shop again. And then obviously I started my stint on the club side, working at TaylorMade. So yeah, it was quite a nice time. It was before they did all the changes at the course and also the clubhouse. So a lot of things have changed since then. But no, it was got fond memories of the place.
Great, awesome. Well, before we move on, let us have a look at the guys who are watching. We got Mornay O'Kelly who says, "Evening Ducks." Well, good evening, Mornay. I don't think you've missed one yet. Vanna Lebowski, good evening to all the Ducks. Also, I'm sure looking forward. How is married life, Vanna? There's a question for you. Dorian says, "Lekker manne." Ryan says, "Good evening. Looking forward to Royal Joburg East." Yes, you should be looking forward to Royal Joburg East, and especially for you. I'm sure you have a point to prove after your big lead at Heron Banks, which unfortunately didn't go your way. Leon van Aarde says, "Hello Ducks, hope you had a kick-ass day." Yeah, we definitely did. And hello, evening everybody. Gerard Sneeman, hello. Hansi, hello. Paul Ricketts, are we at East Course? Yes, yet. No, not quite yet, but almost. So keep dreaming about it. Yes.
Didn't we change Paul's name to Colin Montgomery?
I think that you did. Hey, you did. And we carry on. Wayne Jensen's there. Louis Jensen, the whole family. Mornay, 4 more sleeps. You're 100% correct. Peter Zakara, evening gents. Looking forward to another show. Yes, I hope that you enjoy it, because we have put a bit of effort into this one. And we keep going. I did see somebody say... no. Donnie's echoing badly. Now this I want to know, because is that for everybody? Because we don't hear any echo. Donnie, your phone is off. Maybe it's got something to do with your headphones. I don't know. But if it continues, there is an echo or an or am I pissed? Yeah, a couple of people are saying an echo. So maybe it is your headphones, Donnie. Could be. Meaning plug it out, take it off. All right, let's get to some of the news.
Without it.
Yeah. First of all, let's have a look at what's coming up in March and April. We're into a new month. That means we've got Sunday Series 1 on the 6th. Then we've got Thursday Series at Park View straight away on the Thursday. Looking forward to that. And then the Durban Series at Unkomas on the 13th. And then we have a bit of a break from the Gauteng point of view. And on the 27th, we come back to Centurion for Sunday 2. Let me just tell you, we have been in contact with Centurion. Don't think that I I'm not on top of it. The last update is that I think it's the 7th and 8th, or par 3s currently, but they guarantee me it will all be open and we'll have 18 holes to play by the time we get St. John, which, just remember, it's almost 3.5 weeks away. So they've got plenty of time, because it's not only for us, their members must be chomping at the bit to get going. April, right, is the Masters at Serengeti on Friday the 1st, normally on a Friday. The one thing I can tell you about the Masters is it's going to be an AM start, everybody, 7:30. All I'm going to say, without being too nasty, is that, yes, the bookings were messed up again, not by me. So we have an AM field, so a little bit different, but at least it means we leave early. So remember to put your leave in if you think you're going to make the Masters. Then we move on to State Mines 2 days later at Sunday Series 1. And then a few days later, because April is full of public holidays and Easter weekends, we at Reading on the Thursday Series. And then CMR to wrap off April, and that's when the sun starts disappearing very quickly. So we're going to start making arrangements with the clubs to see if we can get some guys in the AM or get us off earlier. So keep an eye out for that. Right, question time, everybody. I know we got this eventually last show, so I thought we were going to do the same. What golf course is this? And good luck to you. If you guys know this golf course, it is in South Africa. That's all I can tell you. Any guesses, panel?
Sure. Euphoria, maybe? I don't know.
Well,
it looks like it's in the middle of nowhere.
It is in the middle of nowhere. It's not the worst guess. But
I must say, Steve, like I've got that same vibe. So it's either it's not Tabula, but it's almost like, let me think of other elements. Coral Creek, Euphoria, all basically legends.
Maybe Legends, but Legends is on the run at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah. Everything's green, not just like that.
Well, hopefully, Donnie has now spoken. So let me know if he's still echoing, please, because I know it can be a frustration. Then I saw this in the news, not in the news, on the social media, platforms. The 59 Club. Now, this has got something to do with our amount of time towards the Masters or something. Here we go. Did you know, or has anybody here shot 59 in competition? And this is a competition. No, I didn't think so. Do you remember some of these players? Chip Beck, Paul Guedos, Adam Hadwin, David Duval. I actually remember that one very long ago. Scotty Schaefer, Oliver Fisher, Kevin Chaplin. I don't even know who Kevin Chaplin is. Chappell, sorry. Stuart Appleby. I actually remember that one as well. Justin Thomas recently. Jim Furyk, Annika Sorenstam, Brent Snedeker, and Al Berger. Blast from the past with some of those names in it.
There's a couple that I can remember as well, but there's a few that was before my time, I'll be honest.
Steve, any 59s for you?
No 59s, but there's a couple that's happened fairly recently. I mean, you had Hadwin and a couple other guys are quite recent. I mean, we rose on the show a little earlier. Tigers shot a 59. We don't think it was in competition, but it was on the news the other day. So he said he shot like 13 61s. He's never shot a 60, and he's shot 159. So yeah, Tiger's done it. Probably not in competition.
Okay.
Yes, over 9 holes.
Same with Louis as well, if I remember correctly. He's done it as well.
Yeah, he's got 59 somewhere. So I don't know what that was. Maybe that was the European tour. But that came from Golfers Digest. So if they're incorrect, I'm sorry. I just, copy paste. Right. Another piece of news that happened is that our very own Duck, Shannon Schaefer, won club champs, stomped home to victory, even though he was in the B division, when at Acacia. Isn't that fantastic? And I thought I had to speak to him and find out how it all went. So I did. So I called him yesterday, and we had a bit of a chat with Shannon. Shannon, thank you for joining us. It's only a pleasure to be able to get you on. You couldn't come on live, but I had to make a plan. Congratulations, club champion of Acacia. Well done.
Thank you, Mazza. Much appreciated, man.
Tell me, how are you feeling?
Yes, ecstatic, man. Awesome. It's actually still sinking in. Mm-hmm. After I took the win on Sunday, it was insane. So yeah, I'm very happy to be honored to be able to have played in the first place. And just to get the win was spectacular, man.
So let's go back a bit, right? So Saturday morning, what are your expectations when you get to the course? I think you said you teed off like 9 o'clock. So paint us a picture. You played in the B division. And
Yes.
you're going to tell me that you managed to win the whole thing.
When I walked into that first tee box, I was oozing with confidence.
Nice to start with a par 3 over the water.
It was, and funny enough, I pulled it a little bit to the right. I had a horrible bounce. I'm sure you've played there now recently. I had a horrible bounce. My ball kicked to the right hand side, went down that hill over the cart path. So I had a bit of a tough shot coming in over that bunker. And yeah, so the greens were quite quick, and I actually made a 5 on that hole. So already then my mind frame was like, oh, come on, man, this can't be happening. And yeah, after that, I just pulled it back, man. I went 5 over the first 9, shot of 40. And then the second 9, I just said, you know what, I'm not going to think too much about this. I'm just going to go out and have fun. And I pulled off a 1 over, shot a 78, 63 net. So I was really, really ecstatic about that.
So tell me, having played there recently, the back 9 is quite tight when it comes to hitting fairways. So what was the highlight of your round? What were you doing well at? Was it off the tee box?
Most definitely, Mazza. On a Cassia, you've got to be in the right spots. Exactly like you said, the rough it's difficult to get out. But if you put yourselves in good position on that golf course, you can really score. So that's really what helped me on that back 9. I hit every single fairway. And my chipping was on song, and also my putting. I mean, so to go 1 over in a medal, really, I brought my A game on that night.
Come Sunday, now you're leading. What was the thought going into Sunday? And then you can go forward to when you actually were announced as the winner.
The guy that I played with, they obviously paired us with the 3 ball. It was myself and Steyn and Ian. I had a 3-shot lead over Steyn and a 5-shot lead over Ian. And coming onto the first tee box, I teed off on the 10th. And yeah, I hit a brilliant drive, got into the green, made par. Steyn made a 5. And yeah, then I just kept the pressure going. And eventually I could see the pressure was just getting too much and his whole game unraveled. But yeah, when it got to prize giving and they called my name, man, it was an emotional moment for me.
And what's even great is the Duckhook community. Once they heard that you had won, there was plenty congratulations that went around.
Of course, Mazza. It's a community that I love with all my heart, man. They're such a nice bunch of guys, and everybody likes to see the sunshine on everybody else. My success for this tournament was definitely because I could be part of the Duckhook community. Because every single league game is like a club championship. The pressure is on. Everybody competes to win. So that is what's so awesome. I mean, you know, playing a club championship, you wait once a year. Being part of the Duckhook community, you can play it every month. You can experience that competitiveness every single month.
Awesome. Well, thanks for your time, and thanks for the insights on your club champs win. Well done. Hopefully you can defend it next year. More importantly, hopefully you can win at Royal and take that form forward.
Mazza, that's the plan, man. That's the next mission that I'm on now. I need to get a league win.
Awesome. Thanks, Shannon. Well, there you had it. Catch up with Shannon. As you say, all the comments. Thanks for the congratulations that you give him. And as I like the one line he said is like the Duckhook boys like to see the sun shining on the others, which is a great way to pretty much say it. Steve, let's quickly get to you before we move on to Dylan's tip of the week. You've had a couple of games on the 2022 series. What is your current goal? I'm going to show you your results so far. We had the win in the first event of the season at Services. Wanderers, you came 27th. Also not the worst score. I think you shot like 32 or 31 points. Iboti struggled. Modderfontein. And then Glen Vista back with 37 points fourth. Take us through it.
Yeah, I mean, I think ever since the Freaky Invitational, well, actually that round with Freaky prior to launching the Duckhook season, you know, I played around with Freaky at Services and played the Freaky Invitational, and ever since then things just kind of started to click. I think my index was about a 9.2 or 7.8, somewhere around there. It was around the 8.5 mark prior to that Freaky Invitational, and now I'm down to the lowest ever of 5.2. So game's going in the right direction. I think even at Modderfontein, I think it was 1 or 2 of the lead with about 8 or 9 holes to go. Same at Glen Vista. I mean, I turned leading after 9 holes and then just had a blowout in the last 4 holes, I think it was. So the game's in a good place. I'm just hoping that maybe I can challenge for the player of the season this year. Royal East is a very, very fun course, one that I've played well, and I played in January and shot a 76. So looking forward to Sunday.
Sure. I'd love to shoot 76 around Royal. I can tell you that much. Yeah, so pretty much answered my question. I was going to ask what's your goal for the season, and you want to be player of the season. Let me try again. Player of the season, not player of the season. Yeah, a lot of work to do. As we know, you need to play 22 events and more, and it's on average. So yeah, good luck. We'll see how it goes. We should have put you in the bet for the who's going to get the tattoo with Fricky and myself. No, we're not getting away with that.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I've got plenty to go around.
Plenty skin left. Okay, boys, we've got, before we move on to Royal East, we've got Dylan's tip, and it's back warm-ups again.
Hey, Ducks. Okay, so this week's tip is a short game tip, and we're following on a little bit from last week's tip concerning the warm-up. So in the show, as it said, you know, it's quite cool if you Google or YouTube some of the PGA Tour players' warm-ups, and you know how they hit in bunker shots and pitch shots and chip shots and whatever. You know, and for them and the way they practice day in, day out, it is quite a good thing. But for most amateurs, right, preserving energy is probably the better way to go, especially if there's beer involved before, during, or after, or all of those. All right. So, no, but generally looking at 5.5, 6 hours. That's before any travel. So preserving energy is better, right? So I've been doing some short game assessments this week with some of my students. And it made me think that, you can use that short game assessment to get a rough idea of where your short game is, but also, wow, what a perfect warm-up it would make. All right, so this little thing here, okay, this little workout, perfect pre-round short game warm-up. All you have to do, and it shouldn't take more than sort of 5 or 10 minutes. Right, basically, you're just going to hit 10 chip shots, 10 pitch shots, 10 bunker shots, 10 medium length putts, 10 short putts. Okay, that takes care of everything you need to do, warms up the hands a little bit of feel, how the green's reacting, what's the speed of the greens, we're ready to go. Okay, I personally would start with chipping first, and then do pitching, bunkers, medium putts, short putts to finish. But any order is fine. 10, 10, 10, 10.
That doesn't whet your appetite. I don't know what will. Yes, we're straight into Royal East coming up on Sunday. Let's have a look at what the standings look like. Sorrel Steyn currently leads on 40 points over Byron Knutzer on 39 points, who is tied with Trevor Miller on 39 points as well. There you are, Steve. You were leading this at 1 point, but you've just gone a little bit backwards. You are on 38 points. Remember, this is taking into account that your lowest is already fallen out. Graham de Villiers, 38 points with you. Nicky Vellengoed having a good start to the season, tied 6th on 37 points. Wayne Jensen, he was second when after services. He's down to tied 6 as well. Shannon Schaefer on 36 points with Richard Stewart and Bobby Van der Stay. So this is how the top 10 currently look. If you would like to see the entire leaderboard, then go to the website. You know what it is, www.duckhookgolfers.co.za. For those of you who still got an echo, I apologize. There's not much I can do, but I can tell you that it's for some and not for others. So I'm not too sure why it's for some and not for others. So I'll try and talk more than them. How about that? You don't want to hear from me anyway. Let's have a look at the scorecard before we get into some other things. Royal Joburg East Info. Course designer Bob Grimsdale in 1935. The course hosted 7 SA Opens, hosting the Joburg Open 11 consecutive years, and is currently ranked 10th in South Africa. So that would be the lowest course, I think, ranked course that we do play on our calendar. There's a scorecard. I'm sure many of you have played Royal. If you haven't, it's going to be a treat. We start with a par 5, stroke 18. Boys, I'm going to give you each a paragraph to describe how do we play Royal.
Steve, you can go first.
Well, for me, I think, I don't know, this is me, but I think the first 12 or 13 holes you treat with a bit of respect, and then from 14 onwards, that last stretch, you kind of just bomb it, and you can really shoot low in those last 5 holes. That's always kind of been the way I've taken the course. The par 5s are very gettable. I think every par 5 is very, very gettable. And the par 3s, bar 1, also very scoring holes. So, interesting course. Pretty long on some of the holes. I mean, if you look at 11, it is a beast. So you've got a long way to land. But yeah, I play cautious the first kind of 10, 12 holes, hit the fairways, and then the last 4 or 5 really go for it.
Yeah, like from my side, obviously, like being there for 5 years at the course, there's 3 sections for me on the course that's key. If you can get past those 3 sections with as low as shots as possible, that's awesome. And the first stretch is hole number 2, 3, and 4. You've got that long downhill par 3 that normally plays from the tips or from the club tees, like almost 200 meters. Then you've got that narrow par 4 next to Huddle Park, and then you get the stroke, what used to be the old stroke 1, coming back up the hill. So if you can get through there with 2 points, or like even one better than 2 points, you set the round. And then for me, the next stretch is obviously hole 10, 11, and 12. Same scenario there. If you can get through that corner, also very well. It's a good start to your back 9, and then you just need to get past. It's hole number 14 and 15. And then from there, it's like Steve said, then you can get back in. You can smash your drive in the last couple of par 4s. And get home in a good state.
Gerard Sneeman says, course management of essence. Yes, it is. If you play within your game, just make the points. Play to your handicap. Cooper says, a tough course where I lost, of course, on a count back. Love it. Very beautiful. Paul Rickett saying, 10 and 11 are crazy. And the third hole is a beast. Even that par 3 second is a bit. Oh, he's right. He does correct himself. Is a beast. The third hole is not my favorite, but yes.
No, but the third, anything right of that bunker, you basically in huddle. You're going to drop. So with the trees on the left, it's a very daunting tee shot. A lot of lakes will probably get iron short of that bunker. You still only got 150 in, so probably a better choice than the driver.
I spoke to the golf director at Royal, Mr. Liam Brown, and this is what he had to say regarding the course.
Hi there guys, my name is Liam Brown. I'm the golf director here at Royal Johannesburg in Kensington. So you guys are on the grueling East course on Sunday afternoon. The greens are not going to be lightning fast because of all the rain we've had over the last few weeks, but they'll be nice and true. The rough's going to be thick, so I hope you guys can keep it in play the whole day. The rest of the course is in fantastic condition. We've just had our club champs this last weekend. And the SA Amateur a couple of weeks prior to that, so it really is in amazing condition. Sean Brits and his team have done a fantastic job. You can expect true and really good greens, and hopefully the weather stays away.
What do you think a good winning score could be when you're looking at points wise?
Look, on the East course, anything between 38 and 40 points off the club tees for a really good handicap golfer is right up there, but happy with even on your handicap.
Final question. There's a lot of upgrades going on here. What is the club upgrading?
So right now we've just finished our new gym, so the Royal Wellness and Fitness Centre. The restaurant is going to be opening up in May. It's called the Royal Oak, which is very exciting. And then as of 1 June, we will be resurfacing the West Course greens and relaying the bunkers and just trying to get it up to the spec of our championship golf course.
Great to talk to Liam. As we were talking to him, the weather was starting to build up this morning. if you were in the east, there was a massive storm that came through. Let's have a look at the tees. Gentlemen, we've got 100 players that have signed up to play at Royal. It is a massive field. What happens when it's a massive field? We need to play fast so that we can get everybody in. This is probably going to be the last time that we have enough sunlight, even if we're delayed. And as I mentioned before, we're going to start having to make a plan. Off on the 1st at 11:30, Darian Fourie, Neville Kurz, Jaco Swanepoel, and Stefan Henriette. Please, also, the guys teeing off early on, often we get to Royal and they've kind of made a plan so we can start 15 minutes earlier. So just be ready to tee off 15 minutes earlier in case that is the case again, and then we can get off earlier. Ashley Herman and Sarel Steyn will be the first to do a singles knockout. It is started with some availabilities. Gerard Sneeman and Brian Owen will also be doing a singles knockout on this page. You'll see there's a few team knockouts happening. Jacomine Haman and Jonita Brudrik is taking on myself and Grant, so that's going to be interesting. As I really hope we win this. Can you imagine the flack if we don't? So good luck to us. We go further. Richard Stewart, Kiro O'Connell are in action against you, Steve and Jacques. I hope you're ready for them. Frikkie and Johnny, you are up against Vickers and Gerard. Steve, you ready for your game?
Yeah. We were hoping to get a game between Vista, but it would have been over by 9 holes. Thank goodness Shannon and Gerard pulled out. I think combined we were, 41 or 42 points through the first 9 holes. It was a combined 2 holes. So, looking forward to the first team game, and hopefully it kicks off with a bang.
Donnie, you've got one win already. Gonna make it 2.
No, it's like, hopefully it's like, Frikkie also is there. It's like with the small wipers like he did to Sorrel on hole number 2, with our last game. So, no, it's like we're ready. I always try and contribute to the best that I can. So, yeah.
This is the 10th tee. More match plays happening. Pranay and Carl van der Linde, they have teamed up and new partners against Mornay Kelly and Leon Duplessis. Ryan Jensen and Louis Jensen, they are starting their campaign against George van Alta and Jaapie Deploy, also starting their campaign. Rudolf Brudewijk and Hansi Haman against Jan Venter and Jean-Ray Venter. Shandon and Gerard against Trevor Miller and Ronnie Walter and Adam and Lyle against Clint Brulis and Peter Zach, also a new team. You'll notice there at the end we've got 8 ladies that are joining us to see what Duckhook's all about. So be friendly and introduce yourself, and let's make them feel at home in the Duckhook series. Donnie and Barnes wanted to have a look at the 1st and the 10th so that they could show you, or basically give you some insight on how to play these holes, because either you're starting on the 1st and 10th and you will play them both either way. So this is them on the 1st.
Hello fellow Ducks. Yes, it's that time again. It's like we're playing Royal Johannesburg and Kensington on Sunday 1 for March. With me here I've got Boren. Boren, welcome to the show. It's your first time on here. It's like he's very nervous, but we'll guide him through this. He'll be a talk show host in soon time. Boren, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Very good. Very excited for this Sunday. Playing probably the best course on our calendar for this year. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Good. Guys, just to let you know, the course is looking fantastic. They just had, like this past weekend, Club Champs. So the greens, I think, is going to be rolling very quick. The rough is going to be a bit high. They are cutting it behind us, as you can see. But I do think we're going to have a really good treat on Sunday. Boren, what do you think is going to be the winning score?
Yes, I think 3-4 under. I don't think it's going to be much lower than that. The greens are, like we say, it's going to be slick. It's probably going to be firm, even though they had a lot of rain. But I think this course is really going to be tough.
Okay, nice. All right, so that's the reason why Boren is here with me. So we decided we're going to show you guys, if you're teeing off 1 or 10, what is the game plan. So we're standing on hole number 1. It's a par 5, stroke 18. So just a funny fact is that during the Joburg Open, when they actually played it on the course, this used to be a long par 4. So we are playing off the silver tees, so the tees are going to be a little bit forward. So Boren, explain to us, what would your thinking be here for a low to mid handicapper, teeing it up here as your first hole?
Yeah, so absolutely. I think, like we said, it is going to play a little bit shorter. I think the bunker won't be in play if you're quite a long hitter. However, if the bunker is in range, I'd say just play it left, just short of the bunker. You give yourself an opportunity to lay up and give yourself the birdie opportunity. But obviously, if you can get over the bunker, smack it right over, and yeah, go for the birdie.
Yeah, I think definitely for the lower handicap is going to be a par 4. For a mid to high handicapper, I would say your goal is just to hit it short of the bunker, favor the left hand side, trees are on the right, but from there it can be an easy 3-shot par 5 for you guys. Alright, so for the gents that's teeing off on hole number 10, my personal feeling, it's the 2 greatest holes of the course. Definitely for me, I think it's a little bit of an amen corner of Royal Johannesburg and Kensington. You know, a little bit of a fact is, up until 2012, it had the record worldwide for the longest par 4s back to back. So it just shows you the difficulty of this next 2 holes. Byron, what's your take on hole number 10? You know, it's like for a mid to high handicapper.
Go to the range before you tee off. No, I'm teasing. No, it's absolutely a tough hole. Keep it short of the bunker on the left. I think to the left is definitely where I would play. Even if you do lay it up, I think it is a stroke 3. So yeah, mid to high handicap, play it like a par 5, take the 5 net par and run.
Yeah. Like just to add to the hole, obviously they redesigned Royal a few years ago, and we can see they've actually added a bunker into the hole. It's the second bunker on the left, which is a new bunker that they've done, and they've also moved the first bunker. I would say it's almost like sort of 50 yards more forward. So for the mid to high handicappers, that bunker is not actually in play, but for your better golfers now, you have to basically hit a perfect tee shot within 3 bunker shots, and that will set up a very good second shot into the green. So yes, you have to really be very accurate off the tee box. But yeah, I think if you can walk off 10, a 4 or 5, and hole 11, 4 and a 5, you're gaining 2 shots on the field, definitely there.
Very nice, boys. Well done, Donnie. That was very insightful. There's one more to come from Donnie. Yes. Just looking at those flyovers, having the course that is so... I love the bunkers, the white bunkers. They look fantastic. What else can you tell the guys, really?
Yeah, like I said, Maz, you know, it's like with all the new bunkers, they've got new white sand that they put in, so it is a little bit fluffier. So I remember my first 2 times playing there, it's like you've got some very interesting lies in some of the bunkers. So try and avoid the bunkers as best as you can. But you know, to put it in the same comment that Gerard Sleiman put earlier on the WhatsApp group, you know, the guys just need to play for position. You know, it's like if you in the fairway or just in the first cut of rough, you can score from there, and that's everybody's goal. I would say for Sunday is just to be in play. You know, try and minimize hitting it in the bunkers or in the big trees, because it's gonna bite you.
Definitely. Welcome back, Steve. You did disappear. Got me worried there for a bit. Let's have a look at the nitty-gritty of things and have a look what the pins were, the closest to the par 3 and the closest 2 pins were. Let's just remind everybody that, I'm looking for this, that the closest to the pin is also brought to you by... Brought to you by Golfer. It's actually been nice to see some of the guys already buying that as a preferred drink and supporting the boys from Golfer Aid. This is the pins for this Sunday. The par 3 5th will be the Golfer Aid. You can win yourself a case of Golfer Aid. That will keep you hydrated for at least a month, unless you drink too much of it. Great little hole this, the par 3 5th. Par 4 9th will be the closest in 2, not a very long hole, and we will be able to, most people should be able to get there for 2 if you have a decent shot off the tee box. And then the par 3 16th, boys. Donnie, which one would you like to talk about?
Well, I like the 5th hole. I think that's really a stunning par 3. very tight from the tee box, with a couple of nice trees, like a tree line going through there. As we can see, the nice little water pond there is like protecting the whole front of the green. And then if you do miss it a little bit right, you've got the bunker there. But if you miss it further right, you've actually got a very big downslope. So your second shot coming back, if you miss the bunker on the right, is a real scary shot, because you have to fly most probably a bunker, land it short of water. So it's a knee-jerking shot there if you miss it on the right-hand side. So I would say if you want to miss the green, rather miss it on the left-hand side or a little bit long.
Steve, you can talk us through the par for ninth as the closest in two. What do you think of that one? Oh, he's gone. I can't hear him. Oh. Looks like we've lost your audio, Steve, so maybe your mute button's gone on. Can you hear us? You can hear us, but we can't hear you no more. Don't know where that's come from. Donnie, you there?
Where's the gremlins?
Oh. Just check your mute button. Can you hear us? No. All right. What the boys did also, they went out. The question we get often is speed of greens. How fast are the greens? So we thought to ourselves, let's go out and take a stimp meter out and work out and explain to you how they go about working out the speed of the green. So Donnie and Byron were back, and this is what they came back with.
So we've got something cool that we're going to explain to you guys. Knowledge is power, we can say. So at every golf course, we all want to know how quick the green speeds are. What is it? Is it slow, quick? And we sometimes see a board on the golf course that says the stimp meter reading is 9 or 10. So yet again, that's normally the green speed. So what Byron's going to explain to us today is what is the process of getting a green speed.
So this is a stimp meter. It's exactly 3 feet long. What we do is we use 2 golf balls and we will put it on the spot. Gravity will feed it down. We'll measure exactly how far it goes from one end, from where we actually release the ball, the distance wise, how far the balls went, and we'll do it exactly the same from the other end. We'll get an average, and that would give us the stimp meter reading.
We've got our markers. We've got a box. The box of the golf balls is a 3-foot mark. The golf ball is basically 6 foot, and then it's like the small black cover is 9 foot.
So there we go. Yeah. Like you could see, downhill it was 12, uphill it was about 8, so 20. So we'll add them up. It's 20 divided by 2, so it gives us a stimp meter of about 10.
Just to give you guys a little bit of a tip for Sunday, is if you think about you've got a downhill putt, it's going to be rolling between like 11 and 12 feet. Uphill putt is going to be sort of between 7 and 8. So just remember that downhill putt don't need to hit it that hard, and on an uphill putt you'll just need to give it a little bit extra. So just to get that pace right for you guys for Sunday.
Very, very interesting. I can tell you one thing, I didn't know exactly how that worked, and after Byron explained it to me, it really made sense. But just remember, so it's the average of the 2 up and downhill to give you what the stimp is. But I think what's more important is knowing that downhill is 12 and uphill is probably about a 7 or 8, eh, Donnie? Steve, what is your preferred speed of putting?
Yeah, I know it sounds quite bad, but I prefer them slightly on the slower side. I feel like you can give it a good go and you're not going to miss it by too far. We played at Bryanston the other day, just after Club Champs, or the day before Club Champs on the Friday. We got rained out after 2 holes, so I wouldn't really call it playing, but the greens there were super quick. Like, if you did, I think in the first 2 holes I did a 3-putt and a 4-putt. So there's levels of quickness, and those, you miss it above the hole, you've got no chance of stopping it. So I prefer them a touch slower than that you can really give them a good run at, and you don't have much left for the par.
To add to that, I can tell you that Bryanston probably have some of the quickest greens. So if you really want to test yourself, and toughest greens, if you really want to test yourself, that is a course to go and play. When you're going downhill there, you just need to literally touch it. So yes, thank you for the boys. Hopefully we can bring you some more insights like that going into the future for other preview shows. The last two things that we can quickly touch on is the feature groups for this weekend. We've got Group A, B, and C. Dorian Fourie, Ian Holtze, and Graham de Villiers and Sepp Robertson will be in Group A. Group B will be Francois Collitz, Simon Mayer, Tanya Dupree, and Barry Fenter. Come on, Tanya. And then I've got Group C. It's just the ladies. Let's see who will triumph out of those ladies. Don't forget, we've also got Juanita and Yakumin that will be playing. So there are 10 ladies, and there will be a prize for the best lady golfer on the day. So something to play for. Head-to-heads, boys. Well, we know how it stands. It stands with the blue team at 3.5 to the red team's 2.5. Who are the captains? This is pretty much based on either singles and team matches that are paired up against each other. So the red team's captain will be Gerard Snyman, and he will be taking on Brian Owen, and simply because they are playing the singles. And Ashley Herman and Sarah Stein, they'll take each other on. I'll go through the whole red team. Richard, Kira, Pranay, Carl, Yapi, George, Yakumin, and Granell will be in the red team. In the blue team with Steve, you in the blue team. Jacques, Kramerstein, you're in the blue team. Mona Kelly, Louis Duplessis, Ryan, Louis, myself, and Juanita.
This looks like a bit of a whitewash, though, huh?
Which team do you think, you're saying the blue team is the strongest?
100%. So it's going to be a whitewash, maybe 7-1.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, let's remember that. I think it's pretty evenly spaced. I might even favor the red team. Donnie, what do you think?
Yeah, it's like the red team's on a little bit of a bad streak, so I would like them to turn it around. So I'm going to go red team for the win.
Okay, you're going to go red team. Okay. Well, that is all that it is here. But let's not forget, what was the question, everybody? The question is which golf course is this? Which golf course is this? It was easier than it looked, because there were a lot of correct answers right off the bat. So, yeah, I need to up my game when it comes to... Or maybe you're just that good, everybody watching. We've got Leon van Aarde saying, Elements! Correct, it is Elements. Well done, Leon. You are not the only one. Paul Ricketts also straight in Elements. I wonder why it was so obvious. Do you guys really know the course so well from the top? Basil says Elements. From the Eagle's Eye. There was, yes, Kero, Springs Golf Club. The other guy.
It's also in the middle of the sticks, so you never know.
It is, but I'm not so sure it is that bushy at Springs Golf Club. You might have things around it. Lyle also says Elements. I suppose a good guess came from Andre Boerta, where he says Millvale. I haven't played or seen Millvale, so, it could look like that. Dorian also says Elements, and Moneo Kelly says Ellie, Elements. Yes, so, okay, I'm going to have to try and make that harder. Obviously, it's too easy. Boys, that's it from my side. Have we got any final comments while I go through the comments lines?
Yeah, guys, just from my side, have fun on Sunday, and let's hope the rain stays away.
Yes, let's. There won't even be. It will be a perfect day on Sunday. Come on, Donnie, you're not allowed to do that.
You can't bring up the weather, Donnie. That's a fine. Ruben.
I'm still going through it. Yeah, nothing too interesting. Just Grant now wants to borrow the stimp so that he can check how his new green is running. Yes, I'm sure we can make a plan for you. It's not too complicated. It's just about gravity and rolling the thing down. That's it for me. Steve, thanks for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. Player pack goes out tomorrow, and then we're in. There's only one rule. Play fast. Please. We want to all get in. Besides that, yeah, that's it. Bye, Donnie. Oh, yes. Donnie Concepts is having an open day on Friday and Saturday. Give us some insight on what's happening.
Yeah, guys, so obviously a new range of call-on shoes arrived this week. So we're doing a nice little day where it's like you can come and have a look at them. It's like also we're going to have some under-par lady clothing also there for the guys' wives. So bring your wife along as well. She can have a squiz. And then just from the fitting center side, we've got the new Callaway Rogue drivers. We've got the new Cobra drivers up there, and then also obviously the new stealth driver. So you guys are more than welcome to come and hit them, come and see how they perform.
If there's a time to test all the new stuff, that is, yes, Friday and Saturday morning. So Friday from 3 o'clock until 6, Saturday from 9 until 1, and come join us. Let's have some fun. All right, that's it for us for another Duckhook show. We'll see you on Sunday.